chance.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nuggets, they've got Michael Porter. JaVale McGee is out there with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Now, here's George from the high post. Rebounded by McGee.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, the size is there, but the vertical is what really is eye-popping with Aaron Gordon.
George with the ball. And there's the pass to Beverly. He kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Morris looking over the floor. Jokic high post over Morris, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Love the way Paul George shares the rock. Sometimes I think doesn't get enough credit for his ability as a distributor.
Morris kicks to Gordon. Back to Morris. Puts up a 3. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. And the basket by Gordon.
Well, boy, oh boy. Each year, Aaron Gordon adding to that offensive arsenal. The mid-range game is right there.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. George passes to Beverly. Lets it go with a 3. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets leading by 3. Throws it up high, and it's McGee with the jam.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. Now here's Zubac. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Paul Millsap has checked in for JaVale McGee. And stolen by Gordon. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. Here's Morris. Right side, Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jokic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. Cousins, the pass to Kennard. Yes, that goes in.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Now, here is Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to McGee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now, here's Kennard. From the arc. And it's Rivers with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And this is what size and skill will do for you. Jokic refused to let the contact stop him.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. That's tipped. It's tipped.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some inspired defense. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts.
Selfless. I mean, you need to look your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the small forward. Beverly dishes to Batum. Millsap with the steal. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Chanchar, the pass to Harrison. Off target from three-point range. And again, the Clippers turn it over. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
The Nuggets leading by 11. Right wing. Here's Chanchar. But they get it back. No good on the triple.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And it's off the back rim. No good. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Harrison kicks to Rivers. Millsap left side. To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. Here's Mann. Throws down the breakaway jam.
What a terrific steal to ignite that play. You have to protect the ball around DeMarcus Cousins.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Rivers against Beverly. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got his first bucket in this one. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Harrison passes to Bull. Back to Harrison. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Platoon swap here for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 9. George looking around. Second shot opportunity. Right side Leonard. Another shot. It's deflected. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Gordon's running. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Well, you have to admire the strength of Aaron Gordon. This guy is adept at finding his way through intense defense.
Here's Jackson. Harrison with the rebound.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Gordon with it. Leonard picks him up. And a wide open look for Porter. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. Porter's got the lead up to 14 now for Denver. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Millsap's against George. The layup missed.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The Nuggets leading by 14. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Harrison, guarded by Jackson. Harrison passes to Jokic. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's George. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Morris.
Wow, this defense is blanking him down the stretch, and that's certainly hurting his team's chances.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And George with the stuff.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
And here's Morris for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. Thanks for joining.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
JaVale McGee is out there with Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Morris in at the 1. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Morris, no good. Clippers trail by 12. Morris finds Zubats. Out to Morris. This one for 3. Rebounded by McGee.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And the shot is good.
I mean, when Jokic drives, he's like a freight train with that great physical ability, able to kind of push the defense wherever he wants them to go.
Here's George. And it's the Clippers scoring again. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Now Morris still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Over Beverly. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Morris passes to Leonard. Morris trying to free himself up. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Leonard.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Morris against Beverly. Morris, no good.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. First free throw is good. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Harrison passes to Bull. Here's Chanshaw. Outside Millsap. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. And he's good on the 3-ball. Millsap's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Mann. There's 1:54 left to play here in the third. Kennard finds Leonard. Harrison with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Leonard, and the layup falls. Leonard's got 8.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Rivers looking over the floor. Here's Bull.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below!
That's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Stolen by Rivers. Right side Millsap. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Patrick Patterson. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 10 points in just the second half.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
41 seconds left in the third quarter. Morris outside. Makes it off the glass. Morris has got his first 2 points.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots from outside off the mark. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. And finished off by Porter.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. With 1 on the clock. Misses. And so it's Denver. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the balls. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Patterson in at the 3. George passes to Patterson. Kicks it to Morris. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Millsap.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And it's George missing, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's foul number 2 for him. The Nuggets leading by 15. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Rivers.
Well, what a stop by Patrick Beverley. One of the most aggressive, intense defenders in the league, regardless of size.
Morris kicks to Patterson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 17.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Harrison with the rebound. Harrison's got his 4th rebound in this one. The pass to Chanshaw. Launches it. He's off on that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's George. Shakes him. And it's good on the layup.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And here's Rivers. Pass to Harrison. Clock at 6. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And stolen by Cousins. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And he comes up with the deuce.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Rivers with it. Outside Millsap. 6 to shoot. Shoots a fader. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
From deep, George. Chanshaw grabs the miss. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Oh, Morris in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Outside, George. Jackson passes to George. Here's Zubac. Stolen by McGee.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nuggets.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
I think one of the keys that helped them tonight was the big-time performance for Bol.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
For Denver, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Gordon with no one around. Offensive rebound.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Morris finds Jackson. Here's Zubac. Out to Morris from past the arc. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Porter. Stolen by George. Here's Leonard. And that one, good.
Kawhi's game comes with a measure of resolve as a scorer. Contact simply doesn't affect him as much as other players.
McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. And we've got time for a quick...
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Morris, and it's Nikola Jokic. And there's JaVale McGee, and it's Gordon in at the 3 spot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Dallas with it. Here's Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told him, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Doncic. Michael Porter making his last shot. Porzingis finds Marjanovic. Out to Porzingis. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Not going to go that time. To the middle. Morris dishes to McGee. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Doncic against Porter. McGee with the block. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, if you get open, you can bet that Jokic is going to find you. His floor awareness is off the charts.
Doncic looking it over. Looking to end the run, and the shot goes down.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Morris. And here's McGee. Pass to Jokic. 4 on the clock. That one's not going to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Richardson. Out to Porzingis. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden. I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on.
Jokic is one of those new breed of positionless players. On any given night, he could lead the team in points, rebounds, or assists, or maybe all three, triple-double like.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Millsap comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Harrison. Brunson covering. The Nuggets with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's sent back by Millsap. And they get it back. Great positioning on the putback. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Harrison scanning the floor. Now the dish to Porter. There's 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Pass to Brunson. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. But they recover it. Jokic with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Dallas gets called for the foul.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
Both teams will make substitutions. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Burke. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Bull. And they're on the break. Now the pass to Millsap. Stolen by Brunson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Just 3 on the clock. Porter with a block. And that does it for the first quarter. The Nuggets on top, up by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
I want all the bags, I want all the bags.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
They've got Bull. Rivers out there with Harrison. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's John Shar in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Now here's Millsap. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's rebounded by Brunson.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Millsap's running. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Hardaway. That one good for 2.
You know, he's not just a shooter, guys. Hardaway Jr. is also capable of getting creative and mixing things up, too. I like it.
Now here's Rivers. Passes it to Millsap. From 13, doesn't go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Cauley-Stein up top. And stolen by Bull. It's Millsap with the drive. Pass to Chansha. Rivers kicks to Harrison. Rivers scanning the floor. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And, you know, entering the draft, Bull was a polarizing prospect. Scouts didn't know who to compare him to and maybe still haven't figured it out.
From deep three-point range, here's Cauley-Stein. Shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now Rivers, following the miss by Bull from deep. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McGee. He rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter, and there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Bull that time on the assist from Porter. Bull's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nuggets. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nuggets?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
And I really think you've got to love the way they protected the rim today. I mean, a good number of blocks in the first half.
Down low, Porzingis with the steal. Denver leading by 6. Here's Bull. Jokic, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Richardson with it. Now defended by Jokic. And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Oh, watch out below. Come on now, throw it down.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Marjanovic outside for Redick. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's Denver. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pass to Porter. 15 seconds left here in the second. Shot clock at 6. Jokic with it. Back to Porter. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so we wrap up the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 10. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistaken.
And that'll do it for...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been quite a game for JaVale McGee.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Jokic on the follow.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Porzingis. Here's Marjanovic. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
And Porter putting it right back in. Porter's got 8.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 14. Up the floor. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Morris passes to Jokic. Hits the three-point bomb. 11 points in the game. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Mavericks trail by 15. Outside Hardaway. From beyond the arc and then some.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset. When Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Rivers. Burke covering. Now Rivers. No points in the game yet for him. 5 to shoot. Bull the pass to Chuncho. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Down by 12. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
Now Rivers, following the miss by Bol from deep. Knocks it down from 7 feet. Bull's got 6.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Runs in the pass to Reddick. Second chance shot. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Now, here's Bull. 6 points for him. Fires from 14, and good as it just snugs right down through the net.
And the touch ball is impressive. You can tell he has a lot of confidence in that shot.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 18. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Green is out there with Paul Millsap. And there's Gordon. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Harrison in at the two-guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Porzingis finds Hardaway. And here's Brunson. Here's Porzingis. That one drops for him.
You know, Porzingis is a guy who's used to having to fight his way through the defense, and good balance allowed him to do that there.
Morris passes to Gordon. Marjanovic against Millsap. Morris outside. Three-pointer. It doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now, here's Redick. Here's Brunson. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Here's Gordon. The Mavericks making the shot. Ball's knocked loose. And again, Dallas running up the court in transition. And Hardaway gets it to go.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
And the pass to Gordon. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. He feeds it to Millsap. Green breaking loose. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Gordon. Gordon's got 3 assists now in this one. Marjanovic kicks to Brunson. And he banks in the layup. Brunson's got his first points in this one.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Morris looking over the floor. Millsap against Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. Brunson, no good. The Nuggets leading by 12. Morris kicks to Millsap. Here's Gordon. Green left side. Back to Gordon. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Dallas also making some changes. Richardson, he's checked in for Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here's Doncic from the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jokic passes to Porter. Jokic against Richardson. Fires from the line. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
But you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Gordon's checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Rivers. Now here's Gordon. Out to Morris for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nuggets.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jokic.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Morris against Doncic. Pass to Jokic. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Richardson, good.
Richardson showing you the ability to manufacture a shot against good defense there. Well done.
Porter with it. Off target with that shot. So the Nuggets win it. A confident win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Denver is in full motion tonight. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First,
Kevin, thanks. Start.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Anthony. Nurkic is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. And for Denver, Monte Morris is out there with Porter. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 3. Now, here's Jokic. The kick out to Porter. From deep. Tries again. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Morris against Lillard. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
He has the D scattered on the break, and with his touch, that's a great shot.
Lillard way outside. Again, the miss by Lillard. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. That's tipped and stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Morris. And he lays it straight in. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And it's Lillard missing. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Morris passes to Jokic. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. That one, no good. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Hollis-Jefferson. Lillard fires away from way outside. And just miss after miss right now.
Got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
And Jokic slams it in.
The sneaky athleticism of Jokic, reminding everyone that he's capable of hammering it down on those alley-oops.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Jokic. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Passes to Porter. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And here's Morris for 3. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. You know, I think he's going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Now Millsap following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And it's McCollum in the corner. From deep. And Damian Lillard, good for the 3. Lillard's got a couple of 3s now in the first for the Trailblazers. Here's Harrison, covered by Lillard. Here's Jokic. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
He can't get that one. And the Nuggets going the other way.
I know what a kind of competitor he is. I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Millsap looking it over. Pass to Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lillard outside. Lillard again missing.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Lob pass to Gordon. Jokic finds Gordon. Now Millsap. He lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 6. Pass to Simons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. Good on both. Now Rivers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in the point.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the size Ball has poses problems for any defense, especially when he's trying his best to be aggressive scoring.
A different look now for Portland. Giles checked in for Anthony, and Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. Here's Simons. And that one is hammered home.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Here's Rivers. The Blazers getting the bucket. Here's the 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Trailing by 4. Harrison with the rebound. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Rivers. The Nuggets with another miss.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Here's Simons. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Harrison. And again, Denver no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. The 3 from McCollum. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 5 rebounds tonight.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And you know, entering the draft, Ball was a polarizing prospect. Scouts didn't know who to compare him to and maybe still haven't figured it out.
Now here's McCollum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lets the 3 fly. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Lillard with no one around. The long-distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 9 points.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Rivers passes to Millsap. Kicks it out to Gordon. The tray. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
And they continue to control the glass.
Rivers passes to Green. 1:36 left in the first half. And it's Gordon missing.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
1:09 left now here in the second. It's Rivers on the wing. Misses the three.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the three.
Oh, wow! Nice!
We all know Gordon isn't just going to lay it up. He's going for the throwdown every time.
The pass to Jokic. Lillard, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots the three. The Trailblazers rebound. Jokic can't hit. Gordon deciding where to go with it. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Morris outside. Here's Jokic. And we finished one half of basketball. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Well, what can you say about Super... And...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. You talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. Then it's Porter. And it's McGee in at the 5. Roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Now Morris, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Morris outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Lillard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jokic.
You got to admire how aggressive Lillard is. Terrific at finding a way to get to the charity stripe.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. Morris passes to Jokic. Back to Morris. And the 3 off target. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of all-star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Morris looking over the floor. On the left block, here's Jokic. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here's Denver. Shot clock at 5. Floats it up for Jokic. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Damian Lillard. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A different look now for Portland. Jokic checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now, here is Morris. He's got 8. Passes it to Jokic. Shoots over Nurkic. Jokic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 5. Cullen passes to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Nurkic. McGee trying to break free. And again, Denver no good. Jokic with the steal. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A different look for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for Jokic. And it's Harrison in for Aaron Gordon.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
To the paint, it's deflected. Here's Cantor. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 7 rebounds in the game. Harrison scanning the floor. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. Denver making a switch here. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 7-point differential. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Rivers.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
Now here's Rivers. He's covered closely. Pass to Chuncho. Just 5 on the clock. But they get it back. Rivers passes to Chuncho. Back to Rivers. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
And the basket by McCollum.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Rivers. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lets it go from deep. And Cantor pulls it down.
And what a struggle it has been yet to convert a single shot from the field. And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Millsap has the open look. The Nuggets with another miss. Here's Simons. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nuggets lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Anthony out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Powell in a 2-guard. And here are the Nuggets now. Portland making their last shot. Here's Morris. Inside. Here's Jokic. No good off the back of the rim. Portland leading, pushing it up. Jones kicks to Lillard. Jones the pass to Powell. Lillard against Gordon, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Giles comes in for Hollis-Jefferson, and Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. Lillard fires away from way outside, gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Adding to his three-point total on the night. He had 3 in the first half. Now he's got his first one here in the second.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Over Giles. Got a piece of it. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Morris against Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Now we're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Now, here is Morris. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Collin comes in for Norman Powell. Here's Gordon. Can they get it? And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
Lillard scanning the floor. Covington finds McCollum. Back to Covington. 6 to shoot. The pass to McCollum. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Outside, Porter. Jokic inside. He feeds it to Gordon. And a wide open look for Porter. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Nurkic dishes to Lillard. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Morris. Jokic trying to free himself up. Morris, no good. Portland leading by 7. Lillard outside. On deep. That shot, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Now, here's Lillard. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. From deep three-point range. And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Porter, no luck.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
And it's Lillard missing. The Nuggets trail by 7.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely. But we've seen crazier things happen.
Blazers on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 30 points.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Trailblazers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lillard.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. No good on the quick three. Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Such a wide open look. Lillard's got 35.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
Kanter's shot is off. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Porter is out there with Monte Morris. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. And he gets it to go. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's Morris after the Clippers pick up 2. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverley.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Sometimes He seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Now, here is George. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Shot clock at 6. From 17 feet out, kept alive, Zubac. Leonard kicks to Zubac. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Beverly with the ball. A nice shot by George.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
That was great anticipation on the steal. A gamble that paid off.
Now here is Morris. Pass to Jokic over Morris. Floats it up for Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
The sneaky athleticism of Jokic, reminding everyone that he's capable of hammering it down on those alley-oops.
Here's George. Right side Leonard, all alone, and it's good for 2.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Now Morris. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's George. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Morris into the lane. Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. George with no one around. His 3-pointers off the mark. Nuggets have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And foul on the shots. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The shot's good from Kennard.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his 3-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. There's the pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Oturu. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Nuggets making a change here. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Rivers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to Bull. The 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Millsap with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Bull, the pass to Millsap. Count that one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Floats it up for Cousins. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Natural-born finisher DeMarcus Cousins bringing the hammer.
Here's Harrison. No good with the layup. Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
The 6'9" Green with a versatile offensive game. This time puts the ball on the floor and draws contact.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Here's Harrison. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 4. Outside Jackson. Now here's Cousins. He's tightly guarded. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Count that one. Leonard's got his second basket.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Rivers against Beverley. Rivers dishes to Millsap. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Shrugging off the contact, Millsap would not be denied.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. George from deep three-point land. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. The Nuggets leading by 4 and pushing it up. Here's Denver. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
The shot by Harrison, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Leonard. That shot missing. Now Denver takes it the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Denver for the finish. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And George kicks to Batum. Back to George. Pass to Beverley. On the wing, George unloads. Denver grabs the miss. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. They get the rebound.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
That's tipped.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Here's Chuncho. The pass to Bol. Batum with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And then Leonard with the dunk.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. George passes to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And now just a 2-point Denver lead. And here's Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He kicks it to Bull. Baseline Jay on the way. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Here's Rivers. Paul George making his last shot. Rivers with it. And then Rivers with the dunk.
One of Rivers' pet moves, the dribble drive. He has the size and length to do damage off of it.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now here's Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. Denver in the lead. Now here is Morris. Down low, here's Jokic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Jokic has got 10.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
So that'll be it for the first half. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 10 points and 1 block. And that'll do it for...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a quick one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then it's Porter. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's McGee in at the center.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Now Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kicks it to Gordon. Here's Jokic. Clock at 6. Jokic draws the double to the inside. And the slam dunk by McGee.
One of the best passing bigs the league has to offer. If you're open, Jokic will find you.
You know, Smitty, the change for McGee is pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
Here's Morris. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And here's Porter. Over George. Porter, no luck.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And it's Leonard missing.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
For the Clippers, Band's checked in. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. And Denver also making a switch. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Now here's Gordon. Back to Morris. Lob pass to Gordon. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there. And that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Kennard with the ball. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's the break. From 6 feet, Jokic trying to free himself up, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Here's Morris following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Morris looking over the floor. And another miss by Denver. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. On the wing, Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Jackson against Rivers. Harrison in the corner. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by Bol.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Kennard. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. Now here's Rivers. Pass to Millsap. The 15-footer. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Now here's Rivers. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And the dunk by Bol.
Yeah, that's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
There's 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good from outside. Denver leading by 8. Beyond the arc. The shot by Harrison, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the 2nd half. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the 2nd effort. Here's Rivers. Passes to Bol. Here's Chunchar, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here's Jokic. Just 4 to shoot. Porter kicks to Jokic. But they'll get another chance. McGee in the high post. With the clock winding down, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Now George. The feed to Morris. High post Cousins. And here's George for three. There's JaVale McGee with the rebound. McGee's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Out to Morris. Jokic inside. Cousins is there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. On the wing, George. McGee with the block. They recover it. Here's Cousins. Changes up. And the call. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. And then for Denver, Bowl, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Porter. And it's Harrison in for Morris. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He said, "This is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play." In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Harrison passes to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. A three ball. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Clippers trail by 7. George dishes to Leonard. Jacks up a three. The Clippers keep it alive. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Hands it from downtown.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
There's Harrison. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Outside Millsap. And there's the pass to Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
The big thing is that Millsap is attacking, trying to make plays for this team.
George against Gordon. Fires the three. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from George.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
There's Harrison. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And not easy defending Jokic. His height puts the defense in a tight spot, and they just slipped up there.
Morris is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Bull. Michael Porter comes in for Paul Millsap. And Monte Morris subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. Now, here's George. No good on the three.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Gordon. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
The three from George. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They've led by as much as 10. Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. On deep. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 10 now for Denver.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Poked away. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Jacks up a three. Morris, no good. And here's Jokic. Dishes it to Morris. Gordon with it. So we see Denver get the win here. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Monte Morris. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And that one's good, Jokic.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Richardson against Morris. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Richardson, good.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low. And Doris, as if it were destiny,
Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Doncic with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. They get a hand on it. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. No good from Finney-Smith. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. Floats it up for Jokic. Morris finds Jokic. Lays it up off the glass.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Doncic against Porter. Over Richardson. And Denver again with the bucket.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Richardson against Morris. Richardson attacking. Doncic outside. It's to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. And it's Doncic missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Morris. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Doncic outside. To the right side. Kleba kicks to Porzingis. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Ipao comes in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for JaVale McGee. Jermichael Green comes in for Jokic. Rivers, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. And it's Green missing. The Mavericks trailer. And Brunson has it in the corner. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Millsap. Here's Rivers. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Rivers hits both of them. Here's Brunson. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the first. Redick finds Hardaway. Lets it go from deep. Harrison with the rebound. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Nuggets. 3-point lead. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Rivers with it. Pass to Chancho. Off target from outside. And here they come. 2 on the clock. The putback. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Dwight Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Burke, and it's Redick in at the 2 spot. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Hardaway. Here's Cauley-Stein. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, 2 things there, guys. Tim Hardaway Jr., the power, the concentration, refuses to be stopped when he wants to score.
A different look for Dallas. For Zingas, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Redick.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent. Outstanding pass on time and on target.
Here's Rivers. 5 points in the game. Here's Millsap. That one falls. Millsap's got his first basket.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
To the left side wing. Now here's Burke. Tight defense on him. Lob pass to Porzingis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Burke. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Brunson against Morris. Here's Jokic. Drops in the short one. Jokic has got 6 points.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. Brunson scanning the floor. Kicks it out to Richardson. 6 to shoot. Left side, Porzingis. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets leading by 3. On the wing, Gordon. And the pass to Jokic. Gordon trying to break loose. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Gordon. Jokic has got 4 this quarter. There's 1:26 left in the second quarter. Richardson finds Porzingis. Richardson against Morris.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
1:09 left to play in the first half. Brunson against Morris. Outside Porter. Back to Morris. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Porter against Richardson. And that one's good by Porter. And the Nuggets lead by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. There's the dish to Richardson. To the wing right side. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Just 3 to shoot. Over Jokic. And it's sent back by Jokic. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And Denver with a change here, too. Green's checked in. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Porter passes to Jokic. And stolen by Redick. Wide open look here for Cauley-Stein. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that'll do it for the first. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Gordon. Jokic is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Morris in at the 1.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these 2 guys can be. Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
Morris kicks to Gordon. Fires for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Now, here's Kleba. For the lead. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, They got it right with the review.
Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Morris dishes to McGee. Jokic against Porzingis. And it's Jokic missing.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Porzingis on the foul.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Morris against Doncic. Morris kicks to Jokic. Pass to Morris. Back to Jokic. Over Kleba. Another miss by Jokic.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Richardson. McGee with the block. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Morris. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
One of the best passing bigs the league has to offer. If you're open, Jokic will find you.
Morris against Richardson. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
A different look for Dallas. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Burke in for Doncic. Pass to Millsap. Back to Rivers. Kicks it to Bol. Over Porzingis. Tips it up, and it's Millsap with the extra effort. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunity.
Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Burke from outside the arc. Porzingis on the foul.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The Nuggets leading by 3. And here's Rivers. He has 5. Millsap dishes to Rivers. Tipped away and stolen by Richardson. Hardaway for 3. Up again. Porzingis on the foul. Now just a 1-point Nugget lead.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
44 seconds left in the third quarter. Rivers can't get it to go. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Richardson right side. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleba. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Trey Burke.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Harrison. Gordon with no one around, and that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Porter.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Redick in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Morris gets to Green. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And we all know that Redick can shoot it. And I mean shoot it well. But there, nice dime to set up a teammate.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Now, here is Morris. Lock at 6 to the middle. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Porzingis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dwight Powell. Gordon inside. Guarded by Hardaway. Banked in off the glass.
Listen, we know Aaron Gordon is a high-activity player, and if you give him daylight, he's ready to shoot it.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Hardaway. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for JaMychal Green. Jokic comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Michael Porter in for Harrison.
Boy, the aggressiveness in the paint from Porzingis, you know, putting the onus on the officials to make a call. You got to make them decision makers.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Wide open look. That one no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Jokic. Yep, that one goes in there. Jokic has got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Porzingis. Redick is in the corner. Doncic against Porter. The 11-footer, count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Marjanovic is checked in. The pass to Jokic. Oh, Porter in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Porzingis with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Jokic with the steal. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Monte Morris is checked in for Shaquille Harrison. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Here's Porter. The second chance effort. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Porter against Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic right side. Passes to Marjanovic. And he gets the bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game. And boy, it is on display right now.
Morris against Doncic. Pass to Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Doncic outside. To Brunson. He kicks it to Redick. To the wing on the left. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Looking for McGee. Gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And that
That's enormous, guys. With time winding down, goes for the steal and then off to the races.
Now Brunson. Morris with the rebound.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Let's prove it time. Fourth quarter. Don't get it done now. No more chances.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice to system.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
11 seconds left in the fourth. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment.
But drama will unfold at Moda Center here in Portland. Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Porter. And it's Morris in at the point guard. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jokic. And it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's Lillard Following the basket by JaVale McGee. And the basket by McCollum.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's McGee. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Portland. That's a 2 from Lillard. That one off the back iron and out. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Lillard misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Covington. From the arc. They get it again.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And that one's good by Porter.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Morris against Lillard. Out to the right wing. Millsap passes to Jokic. Back to Millsap. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 6. High post, Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard with no one around. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one. Yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. But how about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And Denver with a change here, too. JaVale McGee's checked in for Paul Millsap. Now, here's Porter. Passes it to Morris. 5 to shoot. Throws it up high. McGee's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now, here is Morris. Defense is right there. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. 1:16 left here in the first quarter.
What a jam! Are you kidding me?
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Here's Simons. Millsap with the steal. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Denver?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Here's Simons. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
To the paint. Stolen by Cantor. An even 3-on-3 break. Out to Anthony. Shoots it up. Offensive rebound. Cantor, the pass to Jones. Off target with his three. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nuggets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland.
And, you know, while Millsap doesn't demand attention, he's a natural leader and does demand respect. He's somebody the younger guys certainly look up to.
Not enough on that one as it misses. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Here's Harrison over Anthony. And so it's Denver with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding... Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, they've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1. Here's Simons. Kicks it out to McCollum. Now the pass to Simons. And it's blocked. It's good. Denver leading by 6. Pass to Bull. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Bull's got 6.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball. Bull's understanding of when to look for his next level.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Fires at the elbow. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Bull, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Anthony.
Yeah, Bull with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Kanter trying to free himself up. The Trailblazers rebound. Second chance shot. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Nurkic.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points. Staying active even after the shot goes up.
Millsap up top. And again, Denver no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And yes, it's good. And now it's just a 4-point Nugget lead.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Morris looking over the floor. Porter kicks to Jokic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Back to Porter. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Jokic against Lillard. Shot clock at 6. That's JaVale McGee with the rebound. Denver leading by 6. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Rebounded by Anthony.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And just very little chance of that pass finding the target from that distance.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Powell in for Carmelo Anthony. Denver also making some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Austin Rivers in for Morris.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gordon against Powell. There's the triple. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time. Never giving up on a possession.
Lillard way outside. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. He got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They've got the 7-point lead.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
So on the floor for Denver, Monte Morris is out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's McGee in at the 5. Jokic finds McGee. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Porter. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Lillard way outside. That shot off. Now Denver takes it the other way. Covington with the steal. The shot's good. Covington's got his first points of the game.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
A 3 from Morris. And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Morris against Lillard. Outside Covington.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Jokic is checked in for the Nuggets. Porter comes in for Harrison.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
McGee with the block. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Giles is checked in. Morris outside. McGee trying to break free. Morris, no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. Got a piece of it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Jones drives in. 2 free throws coming up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Nuggets have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And the technical free throw is good. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Campazzo. The Nuggets with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard, right side. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Campazzo, and that one is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Covington passes to Lillard. It's tipped with the fadeaway. Covington kicks to Lillard. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 8 points.
He drilled 1 from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. Campazzo, and the layup's good off the glass. He's got 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Cullen passes to Lillard. They grab their own miss, and Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Over to the left wing. Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. And no good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. Norkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. And Denver also making a switch. Rivers checked in.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
Passes it to Bull. Lays it up and banks it in.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Rivers. It's all tied in Portland. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Powell, Anthony out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
But he stays with it. Tries again. Goal, that's good. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And that one's good. Millsap.
Millsap, this time with the catch and fire, showing off his versatility.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Simons, the pass to Powell. Dishes it to Nurkic. It's stolen.
After a first half where he had just 1 turnover, fellas, things have changed in the second. They're starting to pile up on him now.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. Now, here is Morris. Outside, Porter. Here's Jokic. Nurkic with the block. Lillard against Morris. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Morris passes to McGee. Now Gordon. 6 to shoot. Jokic. Floats it up for Jokic. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
There's the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard to take the lead. The offensive rebound out to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, Hollis-Jefferson really draws fouls in bunches. I mean, this kid is just kinetic with the ball in his hand.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Nurkic against Jokic. Back to Morris. In the corner, it's Gordon. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Lillard outside. Looking to get it going. And Lillard throws it down.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
1:30 left to play in the final quarter. Morris outside. Goes back up. McGee inside. Working on Nurkic. Morris with the bucket.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Porter. Lillard misses.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. Morris passes to Porter. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. And that one goes long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
But they get it back. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. Trailblazers keep it alive. It counts.
Crucial hoop right there. Hollis Jefferson rising to the occasion.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Lillard has the open look. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's the Nuggets.